I never believed in ghosts or anything paranormal. That all changed one fateful night when I took a detour on a deserted highway, leading to a horror that would shake the core of my beliefs. It was a rainy night, the kind that makes you wish you were home, wrapped in a warm blanket. But I was driving alone, returning from a friend's party. I knew a shortcut through a desolate highway that would save me time. The rain pounded on my car, and the darkness outside was only interrupted by the dim glow of my headlights. As I drove along the narrow, winding road, I felt a sense of being watched. My heart pounded in my chest, but I dismissed the eerie sensation as my imagination. Suddenly, a figure appeared on the side of the road, shrouded in darkness. When I looked again, there was nothing. I chalked it up to my tired mind playing tricks. But soon enough, another figure appeared, this time closer to the car. It was a silhouette of a woman, wearing a tattered white dress, with long, unkempt hair partially obscuring her face. Her eyes seemed to pierce right through me. Terrified, I hit the gas pedal and sped away, but I couldn't shake the feeling that she was still watching me from afar. Panic set in, and strange things began to happen. The GPS went haywire, showing me taking turns I had never made. Road signs seemed to shift positions, leading me astray. Suddenly, my headlights flickered and died, plunging me into complete darkness. I gripped the steering wheel tightly, my breath coming in short, panicked gasps. But then, I saw it, a faint, flickering light in the distance. Relieved, I followed it, hoping it would lead me to civilization. The light led me to an old, dilapidated house on the outskirts of the highway. It stood there, ominous and foreboding, like something out of a horror movie. Against my better judgment, I approached, hoping to find help. Inside, the atmosphere was suffocating. A musty smell lingered, and dust particles floated in the air. The flickering light came from an old oil lamp, and the walls were adorned with faded photographs. Before I could explore further, I heard whispering sounds from the darkness. The whispers grew louder, surrounding me, making it impossible to pinpoint where they originated. A cold hand gripped my shoulder. I turned around to see the woman from the highway, the one in the tattered white dress. Her eyes were hollow, void of any life, yet they held unspeakable sorrow. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. She pointed towards a faded photograph on the wall. The image depicted a family, a father, mother, and a young girl. Their faces were distorted, as if scratched out violently. In a flash, I understood, they were her family, and she was the little girl. A wave of sadness and terror washed over me. The woman's ghost had been trapped here for who knows how long, and now, I had become entangled in her story. The woman's pale lips finally formed words, a haunting whisper. Lost. So lost, she murmured. Never found the way home. Trapped here forever. I stumbled back, my mind racing with fear. The woman's ghost had suffered a tragic fate, and now, she sought something. I tried to speak, to offer comfort, but the words caught in my throat. The woman's spirit pointed towards a weathered tombstone in the woods. The inscription read, Elizabeth Turner, beloved daughter, may she find peace. Elizabeth was the little girl who had perished with her family in a car accident on this very road. Her restless spirit had been searching for closure all these years. In a desperate attempt to help, I placed my hand on the tombstone and spoke to her, "You're not alone anymore. Your story will be heard, and your family will find peace. It's time to let go and find your way home." As the words left my lips, a vortex formed, and the wind calmed down. The woman's ghost gazed at me one last time, her eyes no longer hollow but filled with gratitude. And then, she disappeared, leaving me standing alone in the clearing. The weight of the encounter lingered, but the atmosphere felt different now. The storm had passed, and the rain had ceased. The haunted highway felt tranquil, almost serene. I returned to my car, feeling a mix of relief and sadness. The encounter with Elizabeth's spirit had been haunting, but it had also been transformative. I had experienced something beyond rational explanation. From that day on, I couldn't shake the memory of the haunted highway and the encounter with Elizabeth. I felt a responsibility to share her story, to give her the peace she had longed for. I wrote about the experience, creating a haunting tale that echoed the tragic events of that night. The story found its way to local folklore enthusiasts and paranormal investigators, who were intrigued by the haunting of the highway. They, too, had heard whispers of the restless spirits that roamed the desolate stretch of road. Eventually, the story reached a television show dedicated to exploring paranormal mysteries. The crew arrived, determined to capture any evidence of supernatural activity. The investigation picked up eerie voices on digital recorders, and unexplained shadows appeared on camera footage. The crew couldn't deny the presence of something otherworldly, something beyond rational comprehension. The television episode aired, capturing the attention of a wider audience. People from all over the country heard the chilling tale of the haunted highway and the restless spirit of Elizabeth Turner. The truth of that night had finally been acknowledged. The haunted highway became a site of fascination for paranormal enthusiasts and thrill-seekers alike. Some claimed to have encountered Elizabeth Turner's ghost, while others were content to soak in the eerie ambience of the place. The encounter had left a profound impact on my life. I had gone from a skeptic to a believer, a witness to the inexplicable mysteries of the world. The haunted highway had become a part of me, a reminder that some stories refuse to be forgotten, and some spirits yearn for closure. To this day, I wonder if Elizabeth has finally found her way home, if her spirit has finally found peace. I find solace in knowing that her story is no longer lost, that it has become a part of the haunted highway's legacy. And while I may never fully understand the mysteries of that night, I carry the memory of Elizabeth's ghost, a reminder that the line between the living and the dead is sometimes blurrier than we dare to believe.